Hello everybody! Today we're going to unbox and take a close-up look at the Razer DeathAdder V2 Mini and then plug it in and see it light up. So let's first take a look around the outside of the box. So in this box is Razer's DeathAdder V2 Mini gaming mouse. It is Razer's mini version of the DeathAdder V2. So it features Razer's Chroma RGB with 16.8 million colors, as well as an ultra lightweight 62-gram ergonomic design, and Razer's Optical mouse switch and Razer's speedflex cable. Now taking a look around the sides of the box, there are some technical specifications in the form of the mouse's dimensions, as well as some further details about the optical mouse switches and speedflex cable. Now taking a look at the back of the box, there are some features of the mouse, and now let's go ahead and open up the box by cutting apart the clear sticky seal that's keeping the box lid or flap securely closed. Now let's see if we can pop open and slide out the tab. Or pop open the flap just like that. And taking a look directly in the box. And sliding the contents out from its inner cardboard insert, as well as tipping out the rest of the contents. So always check through to make sure nothing else is left behind in the product box packaging. So that's the box emptied for Razer's DeathAdder V2 Mini. Let's set the box on the right hand side of the frame and moving right along, just spreading the contents out across the tabletop. So there are what appears to be a grip tape and decal with Razer's logo on it, as well as of course a user manual and the mouse itself. So just spreading out the contents right there so you can have a nice clear look at what's included. Let's actually tip the mouse out from its inner card packaging. It's right there, and always checking through to make sure nothing's attached to that piece of packaging. So right there are the contents of Razer's DeathAdder V2 Mini gaming mouse. Okay, so let's start off by first taking a look at this clear holographic film decal with Razer's logo right there. So you can always stick that anywhere you like. So let's set that down on the right hand side of the frame, and moving right along there is a pack of grip tape, as you can see. So it is textured, and of course it will have a sticky reverse side, and you can see the 3M branding on the back of the film for the grip tape. So just giving you a look right there. So they are sweat absorbent, so I guess over time they will deteriorate, and that's where you need to get a new set should you choose to use the grip tape with your mouse. So just setting that on the left hand side of the frame and moving right along, there is a user manual for the DeathAdder V2 Mini, and just giving you a look at the thickness of the user manual right there. So pretty comprehensive. Now let's flip it open and take a look inside. It's right there. There's some support information, as well as the Synapse software download link. So Synapse software is used for personalization or customization of your mouse or other Razer related hardware. So right there, just flipping through and giving you a look as to the details contained within this user manual or instruction manual. So the other pages are in a different language or different languages. So right there, just flipping through at the other sections with their other languages. Okay, so that's the user manual for the Razer DeathAdder V2 Mini, and we're just going to set it down on the left hand side of the frame, and then moving right along finally to the mouse itself. So as we can see right there, the mouse is packaged up in a nice protective bag. Let's slide the mouse out from its bag, and always checking through, making sure nothing is left behind, and we can always recycle this or reuse this thoughtfully. Okay, so there, just giving you a nice clear look at the mouse before I start handling it, as it is fresh out from its packaging. Okay, so let's start off by first taking a close-up or a closer up look right there. So initial impressions is, of course, it does appear on the small side by today's standards of gaming mouse, and it is obviously quite light, being 62 grams in weight, so just 1 gram heavier than the Razer Viper Mini. Okay, just giving you a closer up look right there in the mouse's entirety with the cable or USB plug and the mouse itself. So right there, very light in weight, and of course the speedflex cable, you can see it is chunky, but it is fluffy and soft at the same time. So let's start off by taking a look at the cable end or plug end. So you can see it does have the Razer branding, so just excuse the mouse, it might be dangling in the background, but here just giving you a close-up look right there, and we can see that there is a cap or protective cap over the connector itself, the USB plug connector, and right there just giving you a look at the plug end of this mouse. Okay, so you can see that Razer branding quite clearly, and the overall design right there, and construction of this USB plug connector. And just pulling out the cap, we can see that Razer's bright green or fluorescent green branding right there on the inner part of the USB plug cable. Okay, so that's the plug cable, type A version of Razer's USB cable, and just showing you the speedflex cable in detail as well. Right there, you can see it does appear thick, but it is very light in weight and fluffy and soft, so very flexible cable with very low drag. Okay, so just going to undo the cable tie and setting that down as well. So just saying all these items in frame as best I can, if they do fit without interfering with the foreground, and just giving you, of course, that all important look in terms of the cable's length. So as best I can, trying to unwind and untangle the mouse's cable so you have better visibility and a better idea of the cable length to this Razer DeathAdder V2 Mini. Okay, so now just giving you an idea to the Razer's speedflex cable, thicker than most other brands of cable, however it's designed for very low drag, so it will slide, and you can see just how flexible the cable is. So as best I can, I'm just going to give you a close-up look. So you can see that weave on the cable. I'm just giving you an idea of this fluffy speedflex cable designed to be super flexible and having low drag. Okay, so that's Razer's speedflex cable. Now moving right along all the way up to the mouse end of the cable. So this is the Razer DeathAdder V2 Mini. So giving you a look right here. So you can see that it does have a nice, nearly symmetrical design. And it is a 6-button mouse, having all 6 buttons being programmable. And of course, one of the main features of this mouse is having Razer's optical mouse switches. So it uses infrared sensors to trigger actuation when you press or click on the left and right mouse buttons. So apparently it reduces response time or any delay when you click as compared to conventional mouse switches. Just giving you a look right there to the side view as well. Back view. So giving you an all-round thorough look, very detailed look at this gaming mouse. So you can see it also does have TPFE mouse feet or skates. So they are designed to be super slippery with low drag or friction. It's right there giving you a look to the overall shape and size of this mouse. So I'm going to rest it in my palm right there so you have a better idea or some idea of the size of this mouse. Okay, and just setting it on the tabletop and then resting my hand on top of it. So it does provide a very, very smooth glide with its TPFE mouse feet or skates. And obviously this table being open grained does provide quite a bit of drag. However, the mouse still glides pretty decently on its surface. Right there, giving you that look. So it does have a very finely matte finish, as you can see, with the dull but slightly reflective surface with its one-piece upper cover. As you can see, no separations between the left and right buttons with the rest of its upper body. And you see that Razer branding at the back of the mouse as well. I'm just giving you that all-round look once again of this Razer gaming mouse. And right there giving you a close-up look at the underside of this mouse with its 8500 dpi optical sensor and of course the TPFE skates or feet. And giving you a look to this side as well, so you can just giving you some idea as to the overall construction and material used. So it is of course a plastic mouse, helping it achieve that 62-gram weight. And the sides does have a hard plastic for its grip on the right as well as the left side of the mouse. Of course you can see the back and forward buttons as well as the left and right buttons, and then we have the scroll wheel and the DPI toggle right in the near the center of the mouse at the top. And just giving you a look at the front as well. And of course, in terms of dimensions, we saw those dimensions listed on the box earlier at the start of the video. But once again, width-wise, it is 65.4 millimeters wide, or 2.6 inches. And then in terms of height, it is 38.5 millimeters high or tall, or 1.5 inches. And then of course the length is 114.2 millimeters, or 114.2 millimeters, or 4.5 inches long. So those are the dimensions of the DeathAdder V2 Mini gaming mouse. And now let's set it down once again and do a click test. And actually, before I do that click test, let's do a click test right up close first, which I normally do, before setting it down and doing a demonstration on the tabletop. So let's get the camcorder to autofocus right there, and let's click away. So it does have a very wide actuation area, so nearly almost to the rear or back part of the mouse. I can still activate the mouse buttons. And that scroll wheel as well. And click it down. And that DPI toggle button right at the top right there. And lastly, the side buttons on the left hand side of the mouse. So these two buttons have a very crisp sound to them, very unique sounding, if you listen very carefully. So once again, just going to click all the buttons again. Scroll that scroll wheel. Okay, so those are all 6 buttons pressed, and of course the scroll wheel scrolled as well. Now let's set it down and do a click test on the tabletop. So starting with the side button, with the back button, forward button, left click, right click, scroll wheel, scroll wheel click, and DPI toggle. Okay, so those are all the buttons tested or pressed. Now let's plug the mouse in and see it light up. So got a laptop on the side. Let's plug the USB type A plug right there into the laptop, and you can see the RGB or LED of the mouse come to life with that Razer logo illuminating at the back. And you can see it is very gently cycling through various colors. And of course, the colors of the mouse can be customized using Razer Synapse software for personalization. But nonetheless, with that simple plug and play of the mouse, we can see it does default to a simple color cycling right there of Chroma's or Razer's Chroma RGB. And now let's do one more click test just to give you that final look and listen of this Razer DeathAdder V2 Mini. So that's the Razer DeathAdder V2 Mini. Thanks for watching and happy gaming!